In this video, we're going to be discussing unitization. By unitization, specifically what we mean is the merging of email and attachments, the merging of other documents, and the splitting or editing of documents. Really, I think when most people use the word unitization, it really just means this last bullet point. But allow me some artistic license here for the sake of the demo. All these sort of go together, and so I'm kind of grouping them in the unitization umbrella, if you will. So let's hop in the tool and see how all these different ones work. All right. So to make life easy, let's open up to files, because files are going to express many of these features in the most clear way. So I'm going to open the grid, and I'm going to open the viewer. And I'm going to first talk about the merging of documents. Let me click on one of these. And I'm going to right click now, and I'm going to go show you how you do this. Processing options, PDF options, and you can see the top two options here relate to what we're talking about now, the merging of documents or the merging of email with attachments. So let's just do the merging of documents right now. All right, let's pick, we've got this document we're looking at right now. Let's look at what this thing looks like as a PDF. Got some branding there, that's great. It'll make it more clear. Let's look at what this thing looks like as a PDF. A little bit of branding on its own. Perfect. So let's just go ahead and merge these two documents. I'm going to click both of them. I'm going to right click here. Again, go back to my processing options, PDF options, and merge documents. Now in merge documents, it's going to ask me, do I want to merge them into a new document? Do I want to merge them or merge them into one of the target documents? So if I click on this, it means I'm going to, the new document, the merge document, if you will be associated with this object. If I do new document, it will create a new document and add it to the case. And it's going to ask me for an object name. I would have to give it some name. And then that would be the name associated with that new object. But let's go ahead, for the sake of the demo, and just merge it into that first document, 2015 document. And we'll go ahead and click Run. It should happen pretty quick. Both of these already have PDFs. And so you're putting them together, it should be pretty quick. But let's go ahead and click on Rendered and click back to PDF and keep our fingers crossed that we've given it enough time. It looks like we might have. And there we go. You can see this was the branded document that we had seen before with the watermark. And in the beginning is the initial document. Now, if we decide, oh, no, we've made a mistake, we can always revert back. There are two ways to do that, sort of the same as what we just saw. We can come in here to the PDF options and do Restore Original PDF. Or we can come in here and click Restore Document on the target document, whichever one we want to restore. So we went and we just did that. Now let's see if it took hold. It should also happen fairly quickly. And let's see if it has and boom, it's right back to the way it was. So I think we did well there, and it's exactly as we would have hoped. Okay, so now let's do the same thing with email, which is really basically exactly what we just did, only with email and its attachments. So let's go find some emails. Email. And we're going to look for something with an attachment. So I'm going to scroll over here. I already have my email selections right there. And I believe we have something with an attachment sort of towards the bottom. Okay, here are two with attachments. So let's look at these. Actually, you know what? I know both of these documents, and I don't want either of their attachments because it's a giant Excel document. So let me look for something else. Let's go with this one. I don't believe I know that one. Yeah, it's probably pretty good. Let's just go and look at it and make sure it's a reasonable target for us to run this operation on. Okay, it seems like a straightforward email. Let's look at it in PDF. Takes a second, obviously, to generate the PDF, and there it's got some attachments you can see. So let's go ahead and scroll down to the bottom, see what the whole thing looks like. Pretty straightforward. And now let's go ahead and merge this with its attachments. Okay, so we are on 6297. So where is that document? I'm sort of losing my mind here. 6297, right there. That's the one. So we're going to click on that one. Go ahead and right click, process options, PDF options, merge email with attachments. Checked, or again, we can do it across filtered, but we're going to do it on our checked documents, and we're going to go ahead and click run. Now, it throws you this warning. The UI must remain open while this job completes, and it gives you the heads up that it can be quite slow. It won't be in our case because we only have one document we're doing, but if you had selected filter and you were doing it across 100,000 options, documents, probably could be quite taxing. But in any event, it won't be for us. So we've launched it. Let's see how we did. Going to click off on rendered, and then we're going to click back on the PDF. And boom, there we go. We can see those attachments, and they're just sort of part of the PDF now. So if we wanted to go ahead and print this, we could print it, and it would show, and the lawyer could read the email with the attachments and be happy. All right, so those were the two merging options. So now let's unitize a document, and actually I can do that in the document we just made, so I don't even need to move around. So let's open back up this document. Let me close here. Unitization is done at a document level, and it's this button right here, Unitize Document. Let me go ahead and click on it. And let me be clear, if you're used to unitization in summation, I really like the UI in summation better. There are a few things we can do here that maybe make it a slightly more powerful, but probably even not. But in any event, this is the UI we have. It will work, but it's not as slick as what summation has, so I apologize for that. So we're going to go add a couple rows because it will, give us what we're doing here. And we want a page break on page 2, and then here we want to, let's just say, rotate a page, and we'll rotate it 90 degrees, and we want to do that to page 3. So pretty simple, straightforward. You can, of course, add more rows, do more page breaks, whatever you want. And we're going to go ahead and save this, and then let me show you what happens. So note what it said there. Each unitization takes about 5 seconds to run. So again, for each page break you put in, you have to assume 5 seconds for each page break. You can, of course, leave it. You don't need to pay attention to it. It will do it all on its own. But again, there is a tax to pay for unitization, that 5-second tax. Okay, now let's go find our unitized documents. Let's remove our email filter. The documents will be added to the end of the data set. So let's just make this 1,000, and then we'll go to the last page. So there are 7,000 records, so I think we should go to 8. Let's do that. And the last document in here, the last 2 documents, because remember we broke it. Well, actually, apparently we've done a bunch of unitization, but the last 2 documents should be the documents we're looking for. So let's open up our viewer, and let's click on, where did they go? Hold on. There we go. Oh, yep, here we go. Okay, this document. And let's see, is it the beginning of our email? Oh, look, this is the second document. Let's go to they get generated in reverse order from what you would expect. So this should be the beginning of our email. And it is. Perfect. And then the second document should be the second part of our email, where we started a new document. The second page should be rotated 90 degrees. And that is also the case. Fortunately, it was a blank page, so not very exciting. But then we've got our third document here and our fourth page there. So it worked. So the document unitized and got added back to our case, and that's it. So now we've shown the merging of email documents, the merging of general documents, and the unitization or the splitting of an existing document, manipulation, if you will, of an existing document. So those are the things I wanted to show this video. I hope that was helpful. As always, post questions if you have any on the message board, and thank you very much for your time.